Hi, this is Victor Pierantoni, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to set your day up for a win. Stay tuned. So what does it mean to be able to win your day? Well, the first thing you want to remember is that the day needs to be set on your terms. If you're going to have a victory, if you're going to feel like you won by the end of the day, it needs to be based on your rules, not on your to-do list. A lot of people, they create these to-do lists and they get this sense of satisfaction from the completion of them. But have you ever finished a to-do list and then at the same time, you were excited that you completed it, you got to check everything off, but then you weren't really fulfilled, you didn't feel like you did anything that meant anything? So the reason for that is because a lot of the time we set up our day based on the demands of others or based on the urgent things that we think we have to do, when really and truly they're not as important as we're making them, right? And you can almost guarantee that you're gonna be stressed out when you make the things that are not as important more important than they truly are. So how do we set up our day for a win? There's a few ways that I do it myself that I'll recommend to you today, and you can have your own way of doing it. Now, these are not set things, these are more principles that you can do in order to set your day up for a win. So the first thing that I want to make sure that I do every single day is that I want to focus on what I'm grateful for right from the start of the day, because no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are in your life, whether you're doing really well or you're not doing so well and maybe you're broke, maybe you're not doing what you love, maybe you're going to a job that you hate every day. But when we start our days, we want to start them with gratitude. The reason being is because we want to start in a place of abundance, in a place beyond scarcity, right? Because when we're in a place of lack or a place of scarcity, whether it's we're lacking financial abundance or we're lacking emotional abundance or we're not fulfilled in what we're doing every day, we want to start our day from that point that we're already focusing on what we do have, so that we're focusing on what we're grateful for. So essentially every day I start the day off with what I'm grateful for. I think about maybe 2 to 3 things, simple things, but I really feel it. And I go into those moments and I feel the gratitude for whatever those moments are. Maybe it's memories I've had in the past that I'm grateful for. Maybe it's people in my life that I'm grateful for, or certain opportunities that are coming to me. Even things as simple as the way maybe the wind feels on your face if you're outside and you're thinking about this. It could be anything of that nature, right? It could be the refreshing feeling of having a cold glass of water in the morning, right? And you're grateful for that. But big things and small things, always start in that place where you're grateful for what you do have, and start from that place of abundance. Start from that place of what you're focusing on, what you actually already have, and not what you don't have. A lot of people, they wake up and they think, why do I have to get up at this time? Why do I have to go and do this? Why do I have to go and do that? And then they're focusing on that place of lack of control and sovereignty over their own lives. So you want to have that control, you want to have that sovereignty over your own life by focusing on what you already do have and being grateful for that. The next thing I do is I always make sure that I engage my body in some sort of way, that I use my body in a way that I'm doing a motion of some kind that really wakes me up. So for example, this starts with something as simple as the shower, right? When I go into the shower every morning, and most mornings I don't want to do this because I'm either waking up and I'm a little tired because I've gone to bed late and I've woken up early, but I'll go to the shower and I'll put the shower on cold. And now when every fiber in my mind and my body is telling me, no, don't jump in that shower because it's gonna, it's not gonna be fun. Because obviously a cold shower at 6 in the morning is not the best thing. But even this morning, I was up till 2 a.m. last night writing, and I woke up at 6, so a solid 4 hours of sleep. It's not necessarily ideal, it's not something I'd recommend, but part of it was me writing my book last night and knowing that I wanted to come here and record some videos for you guys today. So I'm looking at this shower in the morning and it's freezing cold and everything in me is saying don't do it. But then in a moment when I jump in there, it's like me telling my body, me telling myself, like, do it anyway. Even if you're afraid of it, even if you don't want to do it anyway. And you're training your nervous system, training your body to go and do it anyway when everything in you is saying no. you're saying yes and you're stepping up and you're going and doing that. So that's part of the way I activate my physiology is I'll jump in the shower, you know, make sure it's cold, and I'll sit there for like 2 minutes in the cold water. Then I'll put it hot, you know, just to give myself that reward. But at first I let myself become comfortable in that cold water. The next thing I do with my body, with my physiology, is engage in some kind of activity that's really gonna wake you up. And it could be something of 5 minutes. You could walk, you could exercise, you could do some push-ups, you can do, you know, you can go for a run. One thing that I love to do, and one thing that I recommend, is doing a motion, a physiology of some kind that engages movements that maybe you've done, you know, thousands of times. So what I mean by that is maybe a specific sport that you play. Let's say, you know, you play soccer or you play basketball, or in my example, I do a lot of martial arts. One thing that I do to wake up in the morning is maybe for 5 minutes I'll do some shadow boxing, you know, I'll do some kicks in the bag. But even if it's a short time, right? Because what you're doing is you're putting your body in this place of certainty, of doing a motion that you're very used to doing. So let's say you play basketball or soccer, you know, how many of you out there, you know, work a job and you have a sport that you used to love playing and now you don't play it because you don't think you have time? What if you just took 5 minutes every morning and maybe dribbled the ball? Or, you know, if you're, in my case, if you do martial arts, maybe you did some shadow boxing in the morning. You know, engaging in an activity that you love and a movement that you love, because it restores that certainty within your body. It restores that joyful feeling where you're really in the zone and you're feeling it. So first gratitude, then movement. And then I focus on what my outcomes are for the day. Not what I have to do, not what's there out of urgency. And I'm not living in reaction, but what are my outcomes for the day? What do I really want to accomplish by the end of today? And by the end of the day, after you've, you know, gone forth, done your outcomes and everything like that, by the end of the day, another way to kind of capture everything and make sure that the day was a win for you is by the end of the day, you focus on 3 things. You know, I like to do 3 things. I write them down in my journal. 3 things that I was grateful for, 3 magic moments, you know, things that I really want to remember, or memorable moments. And then or just three bragging moments, 3 things that I did really well that maybe I'm proud of myself for, and capturing those things every night. And then at the end of that, I give myself some honest feedback of how it could have been better that day. And then following the honest feedback, I ask myself 1 or 2 burning questions that are in my mind, and I let them go as I write them down on the paper. I let them go, and then I go to sleep. So you're starting off the day on your own terms by focusing on what you're grateful for, engaging in a physiology or a movement of some kind that puts you into that place of certainty, and then you're going into that place of actually focusing on what your outcomes are for the day, not your to-do list, but the things that you actually want to create. What are the results that you want to create? And then at the end of the day, focusing on what's great that happened that day, maybe some things you're proud of, some memorable moments, you know, and then following that with some feedback, some honest feedback for yourself, anything that maybe, you know, you could have done better or you could have improved. And remember, that's not a session to beat yourself up. That's something to give yourself some honest feedback, you know, saying that you could have been more attentive in this area, or you could have been more focused in this area, and that next time you'll do better. And then following that, you ask yourself any burning questions, anything that, you know, may stress you out, or anything that you want to seek the answer for when you wake up in the morning. And that's how I create a win for my day. Thank you for watching. If this video helped or added value to your life, please like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, leave a comment at breakthroughtovictory.com. And remember, set your day up on your terms so that you can win every day.